Welcome. In front of me I have the brand new Apple Watch Series 9, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at the device itself. So let's just get straight into it. We have the typical Apple packaging, so we're just gonna flip that up. Hello? Come on, here we go. And there we go. Now in here, obviously we have our watch in a separate box and the straps in its own package. So there we go. And yeet that to the side and stick with those two for now. Or for the rest of the video actually, because there's nothing else. Anyway, let's peel those off. So in here, obviously we will have our watch strap. Now here we have some instructions or whatever in different languages. We don't really care about that. We only care about the strap itself. So let's get in here. Now the packaging of this is absolutely infuriating. How the heck am I supposed to get that out? Are you kidding me? I don't want to break this. There we go. Okay. So I didn't want to break this. That's why I was taking my sweet time with this. But there we go. There's our little strap. Now let's move over to the actual watch itself. Yank those off, and this, and there we go. There's our watch. So we have some paperwork designed by Apple in California, looking for the manufactured in China by little children, but it's missing from here. We have some more instructions, and we get the watch itself. There we go. I'm gonna move that to the side and let's boot up the watch. Oh, there's another button. There we go. That's the one that I was supposed to press. You can also put on the strap itself, so I'm gonna unclip it. There we go. You just slide it on here. Do the same thing with the bottom one, just boom, and it's on. Now I'll be honest, the strap color isn't necessarily my cup of tea. I don't necessarily like how it looks like, but for a fitness band, I think it, or fitness watch, things like that, it should be pretty good. And obviously you can get other straps right here, which, considering this is Apple, is very easy to find different ones, different flavor looking ones, and obviously completely different styles that will look a little bit more professional than this. For instance, if you want to wear this watch with like a suit or something, then you'll find ones that will look significantly better. And even Apple offers better looking ones if you, I guess, pay a little bit more, like the stainless steel one, bracelet kind of ones. I'm not exactly sure if they have like specific name. But it's the one with like a clip metal one that just flops right here. So yeah, this one will obviously look better than this that comes here, objectively, at least in my opinion. So there we go. Now let's quickly run down the couple of the specs of this device. So we have a built-in battery of 3,308 milliamps. We have a 1.9-inch display, 484 by 396 pixels. It has an IP6X certification for the water resistance. We have ECG monitoring, which is also certified. We have a Retina LTPO OLED display with a 2000 nit peak brightness, which means it gets stupidly bright. And where is it? Looking for some other info that might be useful. We obviously have the typical things like the heart rate monitoring barometer, compass, blood oxygenation, temperature, and well, we actually have a body temperature measurement right here, which is pretty interesting. And we have a 64 gigabytes of built-in storage into this device, and it doesn't really specify the RAM. Running on Watch OS 10. So there we go. That's basically all the worth mentioning info. Unfortunately, even though it's considered a smartwatch, it needs another device to connect, and so you can set it up, which begs the question, how is it smart if it can be set it up without any other device? It kind of bugs me with most of these smartwatches. They're considered smart, but yet they don't work without a device, or they don't set up without other device, even though some of them, like for instance the Ultra version of this watch, and some other ones come with LTE connectivity, SIM cards and stuff like that, yet they still need a phone to be connected to, even though they're designed to work without a phone. Why? But anyway, this one obviously I don't think has a SIM connectivity right here, although could be wrong. Oh wait, no, it does support eSIM apparently. So you could put an eSIM, but obviously you have to now first set it up with a phone. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer for me. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, informative, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.